Justin Trudeau facing calls now from both Jagmeet Singh and Pierre Poilievre to step down. Do you think he needs to do so, Gordie Hogg?
Well, I'm not sure that he's to that point yet, but certainly there have been many times when many leaders and prime ministers and premiers have been asked to step down, have been challenged and told it's time to step down. I think that there's more to be determined about what happened with this and how this evolved. I'm not sure what the conversations obviously were between the prime minister and with Minister Freeland in terms of those issues and her position through that, and whether or not there's lots of discussion as to whether or not there was we were going to see a change and bringing in a new minister. But all of those details are not there yet. But certainly on the surface of what we're seeing right now, it's not looking very good for government, and there are challenges. And I think that the government needs to come forward with all of those issues and be clear about those so we can get a better grasp for an understanding of what's taken place, so the rest of us can make informed decisions that are not grounded in just our political biases, but grounded in the best interests of the people of Canada.
Chris is on the line in Victoria. Hi, Chris.
Hi, thanks for having me. Can you hear me okay?
We sure can. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think I'm just really troubled with the state of politics in Canada and in North America, overall, generally. Like, if we want our prime minister to resign, and I definitely see and feel like there are some major challenges in that cabinet and with that political party, I do not, first of all, if we're asking for Justin Trudeau to step down right now, what does that leave? Where does that leave us as far as where our government is at this very moment? And then if we're also asking for a non-confidence re-election, I have not had any kind of, I've had no information or nothing that's given me any more confidence in any of our other political parties to do a better job than where we're currently at. And I think that there's just this knee-jerk reaction in politics right now to say, well, I'm not happy with what's currently happening, so let's get rid of the incumbent and bring in the next guy. They'll do a better job. And I do not necessarily think that that's the right way to look at it, and I don't think that's going to be the reality of the situation. So.
I think we're going to see quite a few people come forward in that regard. I think we do need a change. There's no doubt about that. To stop and take a pause, I don't think now's the time to do that. I think we need to get into either an election with Trudeau, or he needs to step aside and have someone else in there, because frankly, we've got too many serious issues that are affecting Canadians today that are not being dealt with, and politics is at play.
Nathan Cullen, let me wrap up with you. Does there need to be a leadership race?
Potentially. It's certainly one of the there seem to be a few options. I mean, Trudeau could simply hear the criticisms and the choices from the opposition, just say step down now, call an election now, and he could be the candidate. He could prorogue, he could take pause for a few months, and in that prorogation decide to have a leadership race. Or he can try to govern again after a pause. My general rule with him is to not underestimate him. He's shown himself to be quite determined. Yet, all of the things that Gordie and Dianne talked about today and your callers are mounting, and they're significant, and there is heavy a headwind. Stephen Harper did probe Parliament on the very verge of a confidence vote, would have seen him go to an election. So yeah, he does have that option as well. And there is some precedence too. It's not awesome. None of the options are probably what you'd consider awesome today for Mr. Trudeau, but some of this is of his own making.